you're showing your whole behind right now, Kyra. But Liz, let's talk about Liz.
The class.
Woo!
The restraint.
Yes!
The excellence.
Listen!
Hey guys, welcome to our channel. If you are new, if you are not new, welcome back, Sugar and Spice gang. I am Sugar, this is
Spice.
Today we will be doing a review of Ready to Love, Season 4, Episode 11. But before we do that, let's give a shout out to our subscriber of the week. I have 2 Qs. Hey, we appreciate you. I see you all the time in our comment section. Just talking to us, and you know we love it. So keep it going. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you. Also, happy Juneteenth, my people.
That's right.
Okay. Happy Juneteenth. Enjoy your weekend and stay safe.
Yes.
If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell so you can get notified whenever we do our videos. Also, make sure you follow us on all our socials at Sugar and Spice 88 on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. All right, let's get into it. So we're picking up where we left off the last episode where AJ is telling Kyra, you are not ready to love. Yeah. So she's like, can I have my hand back? And he's like, oh no. And, you know, dramatic soap opera scene. And she's saying, well, you know what? I just had to be true to myself because I wasn't going to be forced to rush the decision. And she goes into her whole monologue, which I get. I agree with her. You shouldn't rush to make your decision. But then she starts talking about, I'm only going to pick one husband. And girl, I know we said it's Ready to Love, but you guys will be dating after the show. You don't have to get married tomorrow. So she's going into her old monologue, and AJ's like, shh. Mm-hmm. Shh. Mm. Stop. Don't say another word.
Oh my God.
I changed my mind. It is you I love. So he tells her that he changes her mind. Kyra says she's just so ecstatic, and it speaks volumes that AJ is willing to pick her, even though she basically hasn't even told him that he's her pick. So he's just going off on a whim here. Right. So then AJ says that this feeling is bittersweet because he knows that giving Kyra more time means that Alexis' time has come to an end.
So Alexis gets called to the pool, and AJ is basically saying to her that, you know, we're going to be friends for a long time after this. Alexis is not really sure what to feel. She's like, I feel like I'm about to cry. But then she goes to a confessional, and she's like, oh my gosh, I just know he's about to say I'm the one. So it's looking a little bit like confusing at this point. So then AJ takes Alexis' hand, and he says and expresses to her that he's not making this decision with surety, and that, you know, unfortunately, she's not ready to love. But see, this is my thing with AJ. Don't give her false hope. If you're going to tell her that she's not ready to love and that you don't feel like, you know, she's the right one for you, say that. Don't give her, I'm not making this decision with surety.
You can tell he's the type of person that will, I have to lie to protect her feelings.
Yeah.
You know, I have to say it this way. Like, you can't just be cut and dry and be like, honestly, I don't think we're a right fit for each other. But I do really like you as a person. Right. And I hope you find love. You got to be like, I don't know, I might be making the right decision. I don't know, I might be wrong. No. I don't know. I feel like we're going to be in each other's lives, though. Don't tell her that.
At the end of the day, Alexis comes to the conclusion that she needs to love herself more. And that God will give her the person that she's requested and that she deserves when she is ready for it. And apparently right now she's just not ready for it. But
I think, Alexis, that is an accurate assessment.
I feel, yeah.
And honestly, I think after watching this show back and being able to see herself, it's really going to help her a lot in the future with how she moves with men. Right. Once she sees how it really looks on camera, and especially hearing the men's commentary, their response to it, it's going to help her a lot.
Alexis took that you're not ready to love like a true woman. She didn't have a petty argument. She didn't have a meltdown. She didn't have a back and forth, nothing. She accepted it.
She wasn't hurling insults.
No. She accepted it. She said, okay, I wish you luck in this process. She walked away. A little
and then
emotional,
for you to even on top of that be like, you know what, maybe I have some more work I need to do. It's
right.
like, could you have a better reaction?
Come on.
So, all the girls are meeting up with Tommy in the ladies' lounge. All the girls are waiting for Tommy. Here comes Kyra walking in. Liz is like, what in the... What?
What's
How is she here right now? What's happening?
I'm like that. Hey, Kyra. Kyra's still here?
So Tommy comes in and he brings up the fact that Alexis is not there. And it got a little weird. He makes him like, oh, she done gone on to glory. And it was like, nah, she just went home to go see her son. She'll be all right. Tommy says that this week is the time to determine if you can actually, instead of just settling in on the idea of possibly getting in a relationship with this person, if you can actually commit to being in a relationship with your choice. So that's when Tommy makes his exit. And then Kyra's like, yeah, so let me tell you something. What had happened was
story time.
Right. So she tells the ladies about her conversation that she had with AJ, how she was able to stay, how he changed his mind at the last minute. And Amber's like, wait, so you're still interested in both Jason and AJ? I mean, you know, me and Jason had a really strong connection. It just doesn't go away overnight. Liz is like...
Vernisha asks, how do you feel about that, Liz? And Liz is like, you know, me and Jason are solid. So, I mean, it is what it is. But then, you know, Liz goes into her confessional and she's like, she felt slighted because Kyra really tried to act like Liz was a secondary choice. Liz doesn't like feeling like Kyra is putting down the relationship that her and Jason had. So now we move on to Joelle and Vernisha. They have a date. It looks like Vernisha cooked for him. He tries out the food and it's Joelle approved. So Vernisha says, you know, what did you think about the trip? Joelle says, like, he feels good about it. They both agree that they feel like they can overcome something. So they like that part of it. Then Joelle says, you know, pretty much what's going on with me and you? What's the next steps? What we doing here? And Vernisha said, you tell me. And Joelle says, you know, hey, he's trying to move forward. He's trying to take this thing to the next level. And he says in his confessional, he's ready to make something happen with Vernisha. So they're looking solid at this point. They overcame, and now they're here, and they're ready to move forward. So congrats to Joelle and V.
So then Jason is meeting up with Liz, and he says that he's absolutely happy about his decision. Liz says she just can't stop smiling. She's so happy.
Oh, God.
But she also says that Kyra's comments in the ladies' lounge kind of gave her some questions. Mm-hmm. So she asked Jason, if Kyra would have chose you, what would have happened? We still would have been sitting right here at this table. And it's like, Jason, why are you lying?
You lying.
If Kyra would have chose you, you would have been out of there, Liz. You are not ready to love.
Absolutely.
So what are you talking about?
Jason is lying with such intensity and such like...
That's the scary part. You're looking her right in her eyes. Don't even blink.
Yo.
We would have just been sitting here. He didn't even take a pause.
No.
He didn't take a breath or nothing.
It's like he was ready for that question. Because you know why he was ready for that question? Because he knew his actions did not line up. His previous actions did not line up with him choosing Liz.
So then he goes on to say that he made his decision weeks ago, and he only had that last few conversations with Kyra because he just needed to hear from her mouth what her decision was. Well, I don't even understand. If you knew for a fact that you were choosing Liz a couple weeks ago, why do you care what Kyra got going on? Lying. Why do you care what her decision is? That should have no effect on your decision. You know why? Because you're lying.
You're a liar. Like, you didn't even have to add that last part a couple weeks ago. Why put a time stamp on it? Because a couple weeks ago, you were still saying Kyra in the gentleman's lounge.
Literally.
So you're lying. And it's on camera. So stop. He literally said, you the coach. I'm waiting for you to let me know where to go.
In other words, I'm waiting for you to tell me it's me so I can send
I know
Liz
it's already
packing.
you. Yes. Let me know your direction so I can let Liz know what time it is.
And because she didn't give him a clear answer, he was like, well, I don't want to be out here just not getting picked. So, Liz, what's up?
If only these men could be as clear, upfront, and brave as Alexis. But they're not. They want to be scared, cautious, egotistical, and not make their real decisions. So
make it plain. Say what it is.
They can't do it.
Jason, you're not confused. You knew what your choice was.
Okay, yeah.
And you knew what your backup plan was.
Exactly. But also keep in mind that Liz said to David that she was going to move forward with him. It was not until David was eliminated that Jason became her number one. So, we're all going in this cycle. So no one's feelings should really be hurt because at one point, Jason was your number 2 too. So then Jason says, hold that thought.
So, this is for you, but hold on real quick. I have a story behind this. I've only gave out 2 roses my whole life. White roses. So, the first one I gave to my mother. The second one I gave to my stepmother. I'm gonna give you this white rose, and I'm being serious right now. And this is why I chose you as well. It's because throughout this entire process, you have kept it pure, honest, and your resilience. And white represents purity. And you are a pure-hearted woman. So I'll be honored if you accept this from me.
Jason, with his antics, this whole clip that we just saw with him going above and beyond with this rose, it's really just to try to overshadow everything that he did with Kyra.
You're overcompensating for the tomfoolery. Because you knew you lied to Liz.
Yes.
You knew she was the backup plan. You knew all of this was just a bunch of lies and a bunch of mess.
Yes. So now you got to come up with some extravagant gesture.
It sucks that we have to sit here and be like, how genuine was that moment really? Because of how you were moving prior and the fact that you're still lying. Even after this scene, you still out here lying. So it's just like, everybody else like, oh. And it's like, we're like,
no.
Why are you doing all this, Jason?
You would think honesty will kill these men.
Literally.
Oh my God.
Like it's a death sentence.
Yes. So now we move into Amber and Chris. So he asked about Ron. Like, how is that? Is there still communication going on? Are you guys done? Like, where y'all at? And I'm going to tell y'all right now, the reason why Chris still got questions is because Chris ain't never get no answers. Okay? Amber ain't tell Chris Nathan.
Where is the lie?
At the last episode. So yeah, of course he's coming with questions.
She literally was like, yeah, because Ron. Anyway, don't worry about that. Hey, look over here. Don't even worry about that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Just like that. So then Amber's like, oh, no. I'm done with Ron. Cut off communication. Nothing's going on there. Chris gets emotional. He's like, my eyes will be sweating.
Child, please, if you got allergies, just say that.
Because I just feel so secure. I feel so secure and confident with you, Amber. And I appreciate you, Amber. So why was you just asking about the next man?
How you feel so safe and secure? How?
You was just asking her. Okay.
I ain't even see it. Not a name, not a tear either. But I'm going to let you rock. Because people already think, watch our Chris video, by the way, part 1 and part 2. Mm-hmm. People think we hating on Chris. We're not hating on Chris.
We're not hating on Chris.
Everybody can get it. No one's safe.
If you act the fool, we gonna call you out on it.
That's just it.
And that's it.
And if you do right, we're gonna give you your props.
And that's it.
There's no hate on this channel. We're all about love, baby.
Because in the next scene, Chris said he ready for a baby or 3. So y'all watch that video. Y'all let us know if Chris is ready for a baby or 3.
Okay, right? Chris said, okay. Chris said in a previous conversation, marriage is not the end goal. If you want to, you can, but that's not really like my goal in this relationship thing. Right?
Number 1.
Then you say, I am abstaining from sex until marriage. Okay. Then you said, you're ready for a baby right now.
Or 3.
How? None of these statements make sense. This is a verbal Rubik's Cube. not making any sense. What are you talking about?
What's happening? I'm confused.
You want to have a baby, but you can't have a baby because you have to be married first. But marriage is not the end goal.
But you don't want to have sex. But you want a baby tomorrow. Okay. Amber is like, well, you know, he said, you know, have we talked about this? Have we talked about having kids? You did. The date with the exes, and you said you want 5. You said you want a starting lineup, and Amber said, I kid you not, without even a pause. Oh, I'm cool with that. We could start off with 3. We can have 5. I'm down for whatever.
Just like she said, I want to get married, and then Chris was like, well, it's not the end goal, and she was like, I completely agree.
So then in this scene, Amber goes and says, I'm okay with 1. But I do want to be married first. How? You literally said you were okay with 5. Now you're okay with 1. And you want to be married first. So you just reneged on 2 of your previous statements about wanting a bunch of kids and marriage not being that important to you.
Apparently y'all are perfect for each other.
Yo!
Some kind of way.
Maybe y'all a perfect match.
Because neither one of y'all are making sense right now.
So then Chris talks about, well, we gonna have to be married because I'm practicing semen retention. Okay. This is her first time hearing this. Why is this her first time hearing this? So now,
trickery is it?
So now Amber is like, oh no, we're not gonna do that. I can't convince you even a little bit. I can't, make you want.
Amber, if he said that's his decision, you should respect his decision. If Liz would have told Jason that and he would have been like, oh, we gonna break out of that.
Do about that. No.
We gonna cancel that out. Y'all be like, oh my God, Jason.
No.
Respect her choice.
It would have never flew.
So why?
But then Chris, apparently he's not even serious about where he stands because he says, you never know. I might be able to break out of that. And so at this point, what are we talking about here?
Why did you even say that, Chris? Obviously, you're not serious.
Yeah.
Because she's talking about how, I can convince you can't resist all of this. And then you like, well, it is hard. And then she's like, oh, so we try and get it popping right now? Let's get it popping right now. And you like, all right, we can find out. That was like within 5-minute span that you just went from semen retention and protect my sexual energy.
And I've been giving it to women who are undeserving. And I need to and this is the most important energy you can have. And I need to make sure that I protect this energy. But now all of a sudden, oh yeah, we could see we could do what it do, baby.
Now.
Like,
what?
So now we move into Kyra and Aj. They have a date. So Kyra says into her confessional that she never really gave Aj a fair shot because she always had Jason as her number 1. So then they sit down and Aj asks Kyra, where's your head at? How is everything going? How do you feel? And Kyra says like she's in a good place and that she wants to move forward. So then Kyra takes that question and throws it back at him. And Aj is like, well, if I wasn't, I'm sitting here with you right now. If I wasn't, you shouldn't be asking me that now because what? You want to get your home? Like,
he's not lying though. Honestly, it's like, why are you asking me this? I just literally sent somebody else home.
Right.
I changed my mind mid-elimination and picked you. Right. Why are you asking me how I feel about you?
So then Kyra asked Aj, well, do you feel like you made the right decision? Listen.
Girl, don't drag this.
Stop. For some reason, Kyra needs like extra reassurance and confirmation on top of confirmation. He literally just sent Alexis home. He has no more connections here. Does he feel like he made the right decision?
Wear that on Kyra t-shirt. What do you want?
What do you want, Kyra? Oh my goodness.
So Tommy meets up with the ladies in the lounge and he asks how are their dates going. Amber just got to go first because she got to get off her chest, honey. She says, well, our date went good, but I don't know how I feel about something he said. He says that he is abstaining from sex until marriage and he is practicing semen retention. Then she goes on to say that you know, I respect his decision, but
Girl, bye.
obviously it would be hard for me.
You a lie.
At what point did you respect his decision?
You ain't, from the moment he spoke semen retention from his lips, you said, well, I'm going to change your mind.
Retention, nothing. Oh no.
So then we go to Vernisha, and it's like the same thing they always say. They're in a good place. They're happy they overcame my people, and all that good stuff.
It made it through.
So then we move on to Liz.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where it gets a little spicy.
It gets a little messy here. Lord.
So Liz is just saying, I'm on cloud 9. I just am in heaven. Jason is everything. And she says that, you know, he told her that he made his decision a couple weeks ago. In the middle of her sentence,
Kyra.
I'm
so disappointed.
Kyra,
What are we doing?
It wasn't that freaking funny for you to bust out like that.
Stop it. Stop it.
Tommy was like a choir director. He was.
Stop it. You're showing your whole behind right now, Kyra. But Liz, let's talk about Liz.
The class.
Woo!
The restraint.
Yes.
The excellence.
Listen. Liz literally chuckled with her and continued on with her story. She goes into a confessional and she says, yeah, you know, what Kyra laughing was disrespectful, but at the end of the day, that just says more about Kyra and where she's at than it does about me and Jason.
And that's it.
Okay.
Now, Kyra, you gotta sit there and eat the story about the rose that he gave to only her, his mother, and his stepmother. And you gotta sit there and look super pressed.
Yes.
Because you just felt like you had to bust out laughing in the middle of her sentence.
And Kyra's face is telling it all. And see, and this is the thing. This is what I feel that Kyra is really missing about Jason. I don't think she's missing Jason. I think she's missing the surety that she got with Jason. With Jason, as soon as Kyra would walk into a room, she would get a compliment, she would get a hug, and she would get reassurance that at the end of the day, she's lit.
That's one thing about Jason. Whoever he's with, they get his full attention.
Yep.
He's not looking around the room. He's not checking. He's like, no, I'm right here with you in this moment, in this experience. I'm here with you to the fullest.
Right.
So we already know AJ gives very much nothing.
Right.
So.
And if that quality in Jason was in AJ, she would be more sure about her decision with AJ. But I feel as though she's more attracted to AJ, but she likes that quality in Jason. And that's what I think. And also when somebody gives you that surety, because when you're in the dating scene, a lot of men like to play games. Mm-hmm. So because she got so much of that helped her ego.
Being so direct about how you feel about me.
Oh my gosh. It made her feel like Jason was pretty much in the bag. So not only did he shock her, it brought her down a couple notches. And now she doesn't know how to handle it.
And that's why she's
struggling
reacting the way she's acting, kind of throwing little shots at the Liz.
Exactly. I feel like it's more about the shots at her ego than it is about losing Jason. So now Kyra has to explain herself. She says, the reason why I was laughing in her confessional, she says, the reason why I was laughing was because it was that comical to me. The fact that Liz wants to be celibate and me and Jason's conversations have been about everything but celibacy is laughable. But Kyra, who says that who he is with you has to be who he is with Liz?
If you already said that you do not want to abstain from sex.
Right.
Why would that be a conversation? What it was giving me was, I have a connection with Jason. Right. So their connection couldn't possibly be on the same level as our connection. It was giving very bratty. It was giving very much like, I'm upset because now it's not Kyra gets to pick her choice of these two. Mm-hmm. Now it's like, oh, you made a decision for me. Wow. You're just mad. That's it.
So then Tommy says, okay, well, let's talk about AJ. And Kyra pretty much says that she feels like AJ is respecting her decision-making process, which means give her 11 million years to make a decision. And she likes that, you know, he's giving her that respect, and that gives her insight on how he would be in a relationship. Okay. So now we're at the date with Jason and Kyra. So Jason walks in. How you doing, Queen? And yo, the queens get it for me because stop calling her queen when she's trying to get to the bottom of why you didn't choose her.
Tensions are high.
And
I
you're
know
like,
what you mean,
queen. I just feel like you're trying to.
She ain't never been that many queens in one day.
Listen, it's a lot. Jason, in his confessional, he's like, I don't know why Kyra calling me out here because I ain't about to renege on my decision. I said what I said. Okay? So then Kyra gets right to it. Like, why didn't you tell me that? Why I got to hear from Liz that you had made your decision 2 weeks ago? If you made your decision 2 weeks ago or a couple weeks ago, why were you pressing me at the tennis courts? Like, what's really good with that? Jason's like, I lied. He said it like that.
I wish he would have said it like that.
I wish he would have said it like that.
He says, well, truth be told,
I
what was said, I can't remember.
I should have never.
I did recently say that to Liz. My bad.
That was
anyway, so we're not about to just breeze back past the fact that you just completely made up a lie and told that to Liz.
Lie.
Again, like Spike said, who asked you for a pinpoint time in which you made your decision?
Why?
You literally sprinkled that in there for what?
Lying for no reason.
Nobody asked you. All Liz asked you was, if Kyra would have picked you, what would have happened? Nah, I made my decision weeks ago.
And that's how you know you got to add extra on it. Like, you just lying.
Instead of
the whole thing is
face.
a lie. So then Jason's like, pretty much all I wanted was clarity at the tennis courts.
What is it that you're trying to tell me?
I wanted you to be like, Kyra, it's about your decision for you, not about your decision for Jason and Jason's timing. And what I found out was that you were saying that, but you was also checking out.
This is not Kyra's world and we're all living in it. Stop doing, why do you think that everything is centered around you? He does not have to do anything that he does not want to do. What he did is what he wanted to do. And regardless of the fact if it's genuine or not, sit in it. If he chose Liz and that's where he's at, let him be there.
Because what you're missing is you're giving AJ all this credit, but the thing is AJ did what was best for him.
Right.
It wasn't like, oh, let me wait so I can see what's best for Kyra. No, he was like, what's best for me is the fact that I'm going to regret letting her go. So let me pick her.
Right.
What are you talking about?
Now it's getting weird.
We're not going to do this.
I'm being very honest.
I know, but we're not going to do this. Sometimes she would try to veer off and make another complaint. I'll shut that down. I'm like, no, Queen. What is it that you want, Kyra? What do you want?
If I had related differently and you would have gotten it when you were asking me for a decision, do you feel like the outcome would have been different?
No.
It should not matter at this point.
Jason is lying, but that's okay. Kyra, if that's what he wants to say, if that's his truth, if that's what he wants to put out into the world, accept it. For some reason, Kyra cannot accept what Jason is saying. Whether it be true or not, it's what he's saying and it's what he's doing. So you got to accept his actions, if not nothing else.
I just think it's so strange how it's almost like she's trying to morph his decision. Like,
right.
So what if I were to tell you right now that I don't even really want AJ for real? It's like, if he made his decision, what else do you need to talk about? Like he said, what more do you need to discuss? What more do you need to talk about? What decision, what conversation needs to be had?
Right.
He said he want Liz. You did not make that decision.
Right.
So why are you doing shoulda, coulda, woulda? If I woulda, but you didn't. And according to you, you couldn't. So what are we talking about here?
Exactly.
Like, wrap it up. Like Spice said, accept it, marinate in it, sit in it, take home what you said is your prize, AJ.
Right.
And that's it.
So then at the end of all of this, at the end of all this madness, Kyra says her decision for Jason is for them to stay as friends. And it's like, okay.
You didn't have any other decision, but okay.
All right. She says in her confessional that she always thought that AJ would have been the one to mishandle her heart. And that's why she has so many reservations about AJ. But instead, she feels like she should have had reservations about Jason because now she sees that he's the one who is mishandling her right now.
Okay, well, what did he do?
I understand that he's not giving you the answer that you want, but that's not doing anything to you.
You're really trying to make it like he's a terrible person.
He's not doing nothing to you.
I should have been wary of him all along.
He didn't do nothing to you.
He literally did not do anything but decide that, well, I'm tired of waiting on you to make a decision because you already know where I stand. So I'm going to go on over here with Liz. And that was just it.
So now we go into the last scene of the episode, and they all meet up for the dinner. And so everyone is together. Kyra sees Jason and Liz, and she admits in her confessional that seeing Jason and Liz still gets under her skin. Tommy comes out, and Tommy says, now we have 4 couples left. Everyone's here to stay. We're about to meet each other's families. Amber gets nervous. Kyra expressed that if her mom says it's a no for her, then it's not going to be a yes from Kyra. So AJ is a little bit nervous about that. And AJ actually also expressed that he feels like it's a little too early for that. So in AJ's situation, I agree, because he don't even know if Kyra really want him for real.
He just made his decision to actually fully pursue her. So now you got to meet my parents? Dang.
Right. Next episode, we meeting the parents, and we gonna hopefully finally see if Kyra can make a decision. Like, how are we still not making a decision? I mean, I guess we're gonna see how it goes. But thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And when you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can know when we drop a new video. And as always, follow us on all our socials, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok at SugarandSpice88. And let us know what you guys think of this video. A lot happened here. A lot is going on with Amber and Chris. A lot is going on with Kyra, Liz, Jason, AJ. There's a lot of people not being completely honest. There's a lot of people showing their complete behinds. We need to know what y'all think. We need y'all to talk to us in those comments. We like to respond. We like to hear y'all thoughts. And we can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Good morning.
Good energy.
Today we gonna spread
Good energy.
Today we gonna share
Good energy.
I go to work.
Today gonna be a great day.
Good
Wake
energy.
up, thank God, drink water, meditate.
Good
First
energy.
5 minutes will dictate your whole day.
Good
All
energy.
about that positivity and raising up your frequency.
Good
If you
energy.
negative, you will get removed immediately.
Good
Say
energy.
eat clean, alkaline,